In a world where every day is filled with noise and an endless stream of information, the place we call home takes on special significance. It's not just a structure of brick and concrete, but something much more. A reflection of our inner world, a unique imprint of our personality, feelings, and dreams. The great explorer of the human psyche, Carl Jung, argued that there is a direct connection between our inner state and the space around us. According to Jung, the home is not just a place of residence, but a symbol reflecting our unconscious. Since ancient times, in various cultures, the home has been considered a sacred place where the inner and outer worlds of a person meet. But what does the blessing of a home really mean? And how can this seemingly simple act radically change our lives? In this study, we will delve into the spiritual roots of this tradition, as well as examine its connection with philosophical teachings and Jungian psychology. We invite you to embark on this fascinating journey in which you will learn that blessing a home is not just a ritual, but a powerful tool for personal transformation. Stay with us, and you will learn something that may forever change your perception of your home and of yourself. Imagine for a moment that every object in your home is permeated with echoes of your life force, as if connected to your past by invisible threads. In ancient times, people perceived their home in this way, not just as a roof over their heads, but as a haven not only for the body, but also for the soul. In the depths of Jungian psychology, this idea takes on special meaning because personal space has a colossal impact on our subconscious, often imperceptible to us. Carl Jung likened the unconscious to a boundless ocean full of symbols, archetypes, and memories. And the home, this intimate place that we sometimes take for granted, becomes the stage where this ocean manifests itself in all its fullness. Remember how you feel when you cross the threshold of your home after a busy day. Do you feel peace and tranquility, as if you are in the embrace of a loving friend? Or on the contrary, do anxiety and worry increase, as if invisible walls are pressing on you? The ritual of blessing a home is not just a magical ritual, but a conscious desire to fill your home with positive thoughts, symbols that resonate with your soul, and energy that promotes well-being. But before proceeding with this, it is necessary to realize the importance of this process. The idea of consecrating space is as old as the world. Since time immemorial, various civilizations, from the ancient Egyptians to the indigenous peoples of America, have performed sacred rites to give their homes a sacred status. The philosophers of ancient Greece considered oikos, that is, the home, as the center of the personal universe, the starting point for organizing all life. In the writings of the Swiss psychoanalyst Carl Jung, the home appears not just as a physical shelter, but as a mirror of the inner self, a reflection of the psychological and emotional state of a person. In his fundamental work, Man and His Symbols, Jung convincingly proves that external symbols have a powerful impact on our inner world. A neglected, chaotic dwelling cluttered with lifeless objects can be a reflection of a similar state of mind, and vice versa, a harmonious, bright and organized home can become an incentive to achieve inner balance. However, it is not just about tidying up and decorating the interior. The ritual of blessing a home involves a much deeper awareness of what is happening. By performing this act, a person sends a clear signal to their subconscious. This is a sacred space. Just as temples are cleansed and consecrated before spiritual ceremonies, an ordinary home can become a place of power if the owner consciously makes such a decision. But how to achieve this? The answer lies not in strict rules or universal formulas, but in the sincere intention underlying the action. Jung repeatedly emphasized that when working with the inner world, the unconscious reacts not to mechanical actions, but to actions filled with deep meaning. Therefore, when blessing a home, it is not the physical act itself that is important, but the emotional and spiritual energy that a person puts into it. As we progress on this fascinating journey, we will delve deeper into the connection between this symbolic action and the depth psychology of Carl Jung. But before continuing, it is worth pausing for a moment and thinking about what your home means to you personally. Is it just a place to sleep and eat, or does it represent something much more? Jung urged us not to limit ourselves to a superficial view, but to carefully observe the symbols and archetypes that shape our lives. Your home, even if you don't realize it, is full of such symbols. The way you organize your living space, the colors you prefer, the objects you keep, all of this speaks to you as an individual. Realizing this, you will understand that the ritual of blessing your home is not just a separate action, but a continuation of your own path of personal growth and self-discovery. It is a kind of dialogue between your conscious and unconscious, between the material and the spiritual. At this point, you may have a logical question. What does all this have to do with changes in my life? Surprisingly, the answer lies in how energy circulates in the surrounding space. Our psyche is nourished by symbols and rituals. When we create a space around us filled with positive intentions, we are essentially retuning our minds to seek harmony, balance, and personal growth. When you begin to perceive your home as an extension of yourself, everything changes dramatically. Every corner becomes a reflection of your inner state, and every action you take takes on a deeper meaning and significance. Carl Jung steadfastly believed that the world around us is not just an external background, but a true reflection of the depths of our psyche. Just as dreams serve as conductors of symbolic messages from the unconscious, so does a person's home hold encrypted messages about their current life. The rite of blessing a home can be compared to planting a seed in the fertile soil of the mind. It is a kind of declaration addressed not only to the universe, but most importantly, to oneself. It is a statement of readiness for change, of openness to accepting life's gifts. However, such a blessing does not arise spontaneously. It requires active participation from the individual. Jung spoke of the process of individuation, of the path of becoming the person we truly are. In this context, blessing a home appears as an integral part of this process, as a person creates a space around themselves that promotes their personal growth and spiritual development. Let's recall the rituals of ancient civilizations. For example, the Celts believed that their homes were under the protection of guardian spirits and regularly performed symbolic actions in honor of them. The Japanese, thanks to the principles of Feng Shui and Zen philosophy, revealed to the world the importance of harmony between physical space and spiritual energy. In India, the practice of Vastu Shastra combines architecture and spirituality to create dwellings that resonate with cosmic forces. All these traditions, despite their differences in form, are united by a common fundamental truth. The space in which we live is inextricably linked to our spiritual life. In modern society, there is a tendency to lose a deep connection with the surrounding space. People tend to surround themselves with objects devoid of inspiration and spiritual nourishment, turning their homes into simple functional storage spaces for everyday life. Such a dismissive attitude towards the home has a significant impact on a person's overall well-being. The renowned psychologist Carl Jung warned against the dangerous consequences of detachment from the symbolic and the sacred. He argued that for a fulfilling life, a person needs symbols, and homes, as personal temples, should be filled with them. The process of blessing your home begins with a change in perception. This does not require complex altars or ceremonies, although they can be helpful if they align with your inner beliefs. The key factor is sincere intention. When crossing the threshold of your home, it is important to listen to your feelings. Does this place uplift your spirit, or does it make you feel depressed? The answer to this question is not always obvious, as over time a person becomes accustomed to their surroundings, dulling their perception of disorder, hustle, and stagnant energy. However, by making the decision to bless your home, you disrupt this inertia and assert your right to something better. Imagine that every action you take in your home space has a direct impact on your destiny. By tidying up a room, you are not just getting rid of dust, but clearing your mind of accumulated thoughts. By lighting a candle, you are not only filling the room with light, but also letting clarity into your life. These actions, which seem ordinary, gain immense power because they are filled with your intentions. Carl Jung argued that symbols have the power to transform reality, and every object in your home can become a symbol if you imbue it with special meaning. The question arises, where to begin the spiritual transformation of your home? There is no universal answer, but the starting point is awareness. Stop for a moment and carefully examine your home. What feelings does it evoke in you? What objects would you like to see in it, and what should you get rid of? This process of observation is the first step on the path to turning your home into a sacred place. As you embark on this transformative journey, you'll discover that blessing your home isn't just about you personally. Jung spoke of the profound interconnectedness between individuals and the collective unconscious. This means that by harmonizing your personal space, you contribute to the harmony of the world around you. Your home becomes a beacon of light, an oasis of calm, radiating positive energy outward. In the deepest sense, blessing your home is a way to bless the entire world. Transforming your dwelling into a haven of well-being isn't a one-time act, but rather an ongoing spiritual exercise. Like meditative practices, sanctifying your home becomes a daily ritual, affirming the power of creating a space that nourishes the soul. The size of the house or the budget for its decor isn't as important as the energy that fills it and the intention with which it is inhabited. At first, transforming your relationship with your home may seem like a challenging task, requiring time and patience. However, the rewards of these efforts are truly great. When your home becomes a source of peace, positive changes begin to manifest in all areas of your life. Relationships with loved ones are strengthened, new opportunities open up, and the mind gains clarity. This isn't magic, although it may seem like it, but a natural result of living in harmony with your values and needs. As you delve into this process, you realize that your home is not just a physical space, but an energy field in constant interaction with you. Carl Jung emphasized the significance of symbols as conduits to the unconscious, and every object in your home has the potential to become such a symbol if approached consciously. A plant in the corner of a room can represent growth and vitality, a photograph can evoke memories that nourish the soul, and a window can symbolize openness to new opportunities. By deciding to bless your home, you cultivate a conscious interaction with these symbols, determining what energy you want them to radiate into your space and life. Jung asserted that the unconscious is constantly communicating with us, and the home is one of the places where this communication becomes most apparent. By observing the state of your dwelling, you can discover surprising aspects of your inner world. Attentive care of your home can provide valuable information about your psychological state. For example, a feeling of stagnation in life may be reflected in those corners of the house where energy seems to have frozen. These could be overflowing closets, rarely used rooms, or places where things accumulate aimlessly. Such zones symbolize aspects of the personality that require special attention and care. By transforming these spaces through cleaning, organizing, or renovating, you are not only changing the physical environment but also activating dormant parts of your psyche. This approach is deeply rooted in Jung's philosophy, which viewed personal transformation as a process requiring both external actions and deep internal reflection. It's important not just to think about changes but also to act actively, making concrete decisions that reflect your innermost intentions. By spiritualizing your home, you harmonize your thoughts, feelings, and actions, directing them toward a common goal, creating a space that supports you on your path to self-realization. Imagine the feeling of being enveloped in a wave of calm and harmony as you cross the threshold of your home. This isn't a privilege reserved for the chosen few, but an achievable reality for anyone willing to invest time and energy into it. However, for these changes to be lasting, they must be based on sincere goals. It's not about following fleeting trends or striving for ostentatious perfection, but about connecting with what truly matters and expressing that connection in every corner of your dwelling. It's necessary to be aware of and honor the history of the dwelling, as each place possesses a unique memory and energy shaped by previous inhabitants. Even a new building is erected on land with a rich past. The ritual of blessing a home is aimed at cleansing and transforming these energies to achieve harmony with the current residents. This process doesn't erase the past but integrates it, creating a favorable foundation for the present and future. Carl Jung argued that working with the unconscious is not an isolated effort, as it affects the collective unconscious, a vast repository of universal human experience. Similarly, blessing a home benefits not only its owner, but also everyone who shares that space, including family members, friends, and guests. The positive energy created in the home has an expanding effect, spreading to all who come into contact with it like ripples on water. In the process of transformation, moments of resistance may arise when certain changes seem too complex or incomprehensible. This is perfectly natural. Jung emphasized that true growth is often accompanied by hardship, as it involves confronting aspects of the personality one might wish to avoid. However, it is in these very moments that the greatest potential for transformation lies. Blessing a home is not merely a symbolic act, but a commitment to one's own evolution. It signifies a willingness to let go of outdated beliefs and open oneself up to new possibilities. The act of releasing the old is essential not only for the physical space but also for the inner world. One cannot fill an overflowing vessel, just as one cannot receive new blessings while clinging to the past. Over time, this activity transcends a mere ritual, evolving into a way of life, a continuous process of achieving harmony and balance. Each time one crosses the threshold of their dwelling, reorganizes the space, or simply basks in the beauty of a sunlit corner, they reaffirm their dedication to well-being and personal growth. As this dedication becomes ingrained as a habit, changes in the physical environment become noticeable, mirroring shifts in one's mental and emotional state. As Jung noted, the unconscious communicates through symbols and metaphors, and the ritual of blessing a home transforms into a potent symbol of the pursuit of a conscious life. By integrating this practice into daily routines, one begins to feel a deeper connection with the surrounding world and with oneself. One of the most palpable outcomes of blessing a home is the transformation of its energy field. Surely everyone has noticed how certain places seem to drain energy, while others, conversely, invigorate with life force. This is no coincidence. The energy permeating a space directly influences mood and clarity of thought. By transforming one's home into a haven of harmony and equilibrium, one creates a sanctuary where the mind finds peace and the spirit has the opportunity to thrive. Moreover, this practice can impact relationships with others. A dwelling infused with positive energy becomes fertile ground for the flourishing of human connections. Carl Jung, the eminent psychologist, believed that deep and sincere connections with others are an integral part of the process of self-realization. By transforming one's home into a space where openness, trust, and love prevail, one opens doors to more meaningful and enriching relationships. Equally important is the influence of the surrounding environment on creativity and productivity. Jung asserted that creativity is a manifestation of the soul, an expression of one's innermost forces. However, creative potential can be blocked if one is surrounded by chaos or an environment that does not foster inspiration. By cleansing and sanctifying one's home, one not only frees physical space but also paves the way for the flourishing of their imagination and talents. Each action, whether it be rearranging furniture, cleaning a room, or simply opening windows for fresh air, represents an act of renewal. These seemingly insignificant actions have a cumulative effect. Gradually, one begins to notice that not only is their home transforming, but their inner state is also changing for the better. The mind becomes clearer, the heart lighter, and the spirit more tranquil. It is important to remember that improving one's home should not turn into a pursuit of the ideal. Jung cautioned against the dangers of perfectionism, which distances a person from their true nature and leads to a superficial life. Instead, this process should be aimed at creating an authentic space that reflects the essence of one's personality and their aspiration for growth. It does not matter how large or small, luxurious or modest the home is. What matters is the energy one invests in it and the intentions behind their actions. As one delves deeper into spiritual practices, it is worth considering how one's dwelling can become a place that fosters spiritual growth. Some create a secluded corner for meditation, prayer, or reflection. Others find solace in the simple ritual of lighting a candle to express gratitude for the day that has passed. It is important to find the specific ways that resonate with the soul and align with one's unique life path. The ritual of blessing a home is not an end in itself, but rather a tool for achieving a more significant goal, personal transformation. It is a constant reminder that everyone possesses the power to transform their surrounding space and thereby influence their destiny. As Jung asserted, the meaning of life lies not in striving for unattainable perfection, but in self-realization, the continuous process of becoming who one is destined to be. One's dwelling, like a mirror of the inner world, plays an important role in this journey. The next time one crosses the threshold of their home, it is worth pausing for a moment and listening to their senses. Feel the air, appreciate the color palette, and capture the sounds, asking yourself, what does this space say about my life? What energy do I bring into it? These simple questions can open the door to a new perception of the environment and oneself. Blessing a home is not just a spiritual practice, it is an expression of self-love and care for one's well-being. It is an affirmation that everyone deserves to live in a place that nourishes the soul and promotes personal growth. And when a person sincerely adheres to this intention, something amazing happens. Not only the house is transformed, but the person themselves, and along with these changes, the whole life begins to build in harmonious order, which may seem like a real miracle. As one progresses along the path of transformation, one begins to understand that consecrating a home is more than just performing rituals. It is, first of all, cultivating a sense of deep gratitude and mindful presence in the moment. As Jung said, our actions in the external world are inextricably linked to the inner state of the soul. By treating one's home with love and reverence, one builds a bridge between the external and internal worlds, allowing them to enrich each other. The most important element of this process is gratitude. By consecrating one's home, one expresses gratitude not only for the walls that provide shelter, but also for everything that this place represents in one's life. This act of gratitude has a truly transformative power as it changes perception. Instead of focusing on shortcomings or desired changes, one begins to appreciate what one already has. This simple practice can bring a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction, which, like a mirror, is reflected in all areas of life. Imagine walking through your home, where your gaze captures not flaws and shortcomings, but countless details that create comfort and peace. Sunlight dancing on the walls, the whisper of the wind outside the window, the invigorating smell of fresh coffee wafting from the kitchen. Every moment becomes a chance to feel the present and give thanks for the gifts of life. Carl Jung, as is known, attached great importance to the reconciliation of opposites on the path to self-knowledge. Similarly, blessing a home means accepting it in its entirety, with beauty and flaws. It's not about ignoring corners that need attention, but about recognizing them as an integral part of the ongoing process. This approach allows one to perceive the home not as a frozen given, but as a living, changing space, like the person themselves. Soon, this ability to see the good can extend beyond the home. Relationships built with personal space begin to influence the perception of the surrounding world. Attention to detail increases at work, in nature, in public places. Optics change, and each place appears as a potential source of beauty, harmony, and meaning. The rite of blessing a home appears as an act of self-healing rooted in the depths of the human psyche. Carl Jung, a prominent researcher of the unconscious, argued that symbolic actions have a healing power that can transform the most secret corners of our inner world. The home, as a physical embodiment of our self, becomes the arena for this transformation. By transforming the surrounding space, one finds peace of mind. Putting things in order in a long-abandoned corner, or creating a secluded place to reflect on feelings and aspirations, these simple actions can have a profound impact on emotional and mental state. Do not neglect the power of small signs of attention. A lit candle, a bouquet of fresh flowers in a vase, or an open window letting in a fresh breeze. These seemingly insignificant gestures, filled with conscious intention, acquire deep meaning. Each of them is an affirmation of the value of one's space and oneself, a declaration. I am here and now. I surround myself with positive energy. At this moment, the opportunity opens up to explore the connection between the home and dreams. Jung viewed dreams as messages from the subconscious, and the home, as an extension of the psyche, can serve as a channel for these messages. It is important to pay attention to the symbols that appear in dreams associated with the home. Are there rooms in the house that are never visited, or dark corners that are avoided? These images may contain clues about areas of life that require special attention and care. Just as the arrangement of the home affects a person's well-being, the surrounding space can have a profound impact on the quality of rest and dreams. For example, a room where order and comfort prevail creates a favorable atmosphere for sound and restorative sleep. This is not just a whim, but a vital need. Jung realized that rest is the key to mental balance. By creating a space that promotes relaxation, one takes care not only of physical, but also of mental health. As this practice becomes an integral part of life, the energy of the home is transformed. There's a lightness in the air, a sense of peace that washes over you every time you return home. This isn't just a subjective feeling, but a tangible result of deliberate effort. Your dwelling transforms into a sanctuary of sorts, a place to recharge, reflect, and grow spiritually. However, this journey has no finish line. Like the process of individuation described by Jung, transforming your home is a continuous path. There will always be new ways to enrich the space, adapt it to changing life circumstances, and reflect your inner world at any given moment. This dynamism is what makes the practice so effective and meaningful. At this stage of spiritual exploration, you begin to realize that sanctifying your home is not just a formal ritual, but a powerful declaration of your life goals. It's a serious commitment to yourself to pursue self-improvement and take care of your well-being. As Jung argued, profound changes occur not on the level of external manifestations, but in the innermost corners of the soul, and the rite of blessing a home reflects this process. The dwelling, as an extension of your inner world, becomes a fertile ground for cultivating the seeds of spiritual transformation. Continuing on this path, you realize that the act of consecration transcends the material and enters the spiritual realm. It's not just about changing the decor or tidying up, but about creating a space that resonates with your highest aspirations. It's a call to align your actions with your personal values, to live mindfully, and to remember that every corner of your home can serve as a reminder of who you are and where you're going. This process changes not only your attitude toward your home, but also toward yourself. You begin to better understand your needs, become more receptive to the signals of the world around you, and strengthen your connection with the present moment. Carl Jung once emphasized that individuation is a never-ending process, a kind of pilgrimage aimed at uniting all aspects of our personality into a single whole. Similarly, the ritual of blessing a home is not a one-time event that can be forgotten. Rather, it's a dynamic practice, a constant expression of striving for growth and prosperity. Concluding this journey, it's worth reflecting on the experience gained. Every step taken, every action performed, served as an opportunity for deeper self-knowledge. As a result of these efforts, the house has become a true sanctuary where energy circulates freely and harmoniously, where you can feel genuine freedom of expression. More importantly, a significant step has been taken towards transforming your life, towards a more conscious and fulfilling existence. It's important to remember that this is not the final point, but rather a starting point. Each time you cross the threshold of your home, each time you make minor adjustments or tidy up the space, you reaffirm your commitment to personal well-being and continuous growth. Thus, gradually, changes will affect not only your home, but your whole life. Blessing your home serves as a reminder that each person has the power to shape their own reality, that even the smallest actions matter, and that true transformations begin within. Creating a space that harmonizes with your innermost dreams, values, and aspirations is a priceless gift to yourself. A home that not only serves as a roof over your head, but also becomes a source of inspiration and vitality. Moreover, by creating such a space, you contribute to the world around you, because a house filled with grace radiates positive energy that can touch the hearts of all who come into contact with it. It's a continuous cycle of love and gratitude, originating in you and extending to infinity. Now that this journey has been completed, cross the threshold of your home with a renewed perspective. Pay attention to the details, listen to the sounds, and fill your heart with gratitude for this place, for this refuge, for this reflection of your essence. By blessing your home, you are taking an important step towards a richer, more meaningful, and fulfilling life.